Hello, friends. Welcome or welcome back. Today I have a rehab. My Thai constellation is not doing so good. So I am trying to salvage the plant because I really adore it. So I'll just show you what's been happening here. It's just been sitting in some water. So just looking at her roots, she's got a lot more rot going on. She's been water for about 2.5 weeks. I've been changing the water every couple of days, and I just keep cutting her back more and more. So at this point, she's lost more roots than anything else. She does have a node coming in. So I think I can cut it, give it a nice cut over here and start fresh. And we should be able to reroot this. So I'm going to try some perlite. So I ordered the perlite. I have that. But now I am waiting on rooting powder. Never used rooting powder before, but a lot of the planty friends online have suggested to try the rooting powder. That can really help accelerate the root growth. So that might help quite a bit with her. So I really want to try everything that I can before I give up. I absolutely love the leaves. I love that they're dark with these speckled look on them. I'm just going to go pop some pizza in the oven. It's going to be a frozen pizza kind of day. And sometimes that's just, the thing to hit the spot. We don't always have frozen pizza. Admittedly, I cook for the most part every day. I love cooking. But today, the weather outside is gorgeous. So I am going to pop the pizza in the oven, have a quick bite to eat. We're going to get to that rehab, going to chop her up and get her into the perlite. And then I would like to actually go out for some sunshine, check out the local Home Depot. I want to see what kind of new plants they might have in. Price drops. I'm expecting some price drops. I keep hearing how the plants are getting cheaper. So yeah, I'd like to do that. And then we can, come back and maybe talk about some plants on the wish list for me. They're not necessarily the easiest plants to track down, I think, because a lot of the design elements that I'm looking for with these plants, or the look that a lot of them would achieve for me, like what I'm looking for. And I'll give you some ideas of that as well, and Pinterest ideas that I've come up with. I think a lot of the plants are a little more mature, so in order to achieve some of those looks, I might actually be looking out on Facebook Marketplace for them. So they're not necessarily going to be a Home Depot find or a box store find. So yeah, stick around and yeah, let's see what we can find out there. just outside of the Home Depot right now, and I feel like everybody is out. The weather is so gorgeous. And I feel like it's been a while since we've seen this type of weather, this sunshine. Like, it's 13 degrees outside. And normally, you know, we don't have a spring here. We don't have much of a spring here in Ontario. It usually goes from really cold to really hot and vice versa. Just usually very drastic. I always try to plan a sunny destination during the winter months just to kind of break up the winter here, even though it's only a couple of months. It does get really cold and really gloomy every day. And I have found that as I've gotten older, it starts to really take a toll on me. Gloomy days, hormonal, and I feel really comfortable addressing the hormonal issues as a woman, because looking at my numbers so far on this channel, my audiences are over 90% women. So welcome, and I feel like many of you can relate to, you know, not so wonderful moments where we're hormonal, emotional, angry. And yeah, I've, you know, I'm not gonna lie, the last couple of days, it's been some challenging days for me. Just feeling not overwhelmed, but just feeling like you're in a rut and craving some change, craving some air, some sunshine. And yeah, so I'm very happy and welcome this weather. So we're just gonna go pop into the Home Depot. I'm just gonna have a quick look and see what they have. I'm not really looking to purchase anything, but I've got some ideas for plants that I do want, such as trailing plants. I would like to maybe have some more trailing plants around the house, on shelving and corners, and just yeah, I want to see what the prices are like. Pop in. I definitely want to grab a coffee, and I have a feeling it's going to be really busy, but who knows, we'll see. Some money plants, 15 bucks. Ooh, these are super cute. Is there a price on these? Also $15. On the bottom there. Look at these. These are super cute. Also $15. I love that. Oh, look at these puffos. Or scindapsus, sorry. These are really pretty. These are $12. That's really cute. I keep seeing these. I was here, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks ago. These look like Philodendron El Chaco red. These are $12 as well. These are really pretty. Velvety, dark. $12. I think for the most part, $12. Some calatheas. The calatheas are on sale. They are down to $5. I know these are looked upon as very difficult plants and they tend to be avoided, but they are quite beautiful, and I think they just need an extra bit of TLC, but they are quite the divas, I have to admit. I do own one. I've had one for 10 years, and I think it's just a matter of them acclimating to to your home environment. They do love high humidity, and I think that's where they end up going really horribly wrong in most homes. Like this guy wants more humidity. It's getting all crinkly, but they're quite beautiful. Lots of calatheas for $5. Philodendrons, Hoya, that's cute. Look at these guys. That's fun. These are Birkin. Yes, philodendron Birkin. Ficus. Check out the zebra plant. This is beautiful. Zebra plant is $12. Very pretty. They're all the way on the top shelf. Here's a different one. A bunch of yucca plants. These are kind of cute. So we've got ficus are $60, and then it just says tropical assorted $70, and then Palm Majesty 10-inch is $26. Got some Monstera deliciosa, really cute. Look at these. These are really cute. They're ficus, but I'm just trying to find a price. Okay, so $47 for ficus. Got a ZZ plant. These are really cute. Oh wow, what is this? Check that out. So here is a hanging plant, and look at these shoots. They're just, it's flowering. Pretty cool. All the different bulbs are out. Liatris. You get 25 bulbs for $10. Okay, thank you. Okay, we got some pothos here. This is a nice size. Oh, it's attached. Don't see a price on it. And then there's a neon one. Very pretty. They still have some monsteras here. I think these are the white monster varieties. These are really nice. Look at that. They've got a couple of them for $65. Got some Marantas. A couple of varieties here. They're $19. These are cute. ZZ plants. More Scindapsus. Those are really cute. Check out the succulents. Quite heavy. Let's have a look. Oh my goodness. I love this. Look how loaded this is. These are beautiful. They're massive. So $15 Okay, some more, it looks like Thai Constellations. And those are $35. These are actually really cute. Look at that. These are beautiful. I love those. And they're all growing outside their pots. So look at the roots. I just want to like take them all home. There you go. Yeah. They're $15. That is so cute. Look at all the succulents. They're $5. They're super cute. Look at this one. Oh. Oops, I didn't mean to take that out of the pot. Whole section here is $10. I have never been much of a cactus girl, but I do find them very cool. Like, I think they're very fascinating. And I would probably, I'd say if I were to buy one, I would probably go for one of these guys. I just don't know where I would keep it. Like, it's not something I would normally gravitate towards. Okay, so this is String of Hearts. Super cute. These are $7. These guys are really cute. $7. And they've got the white variety. That's really cute. Really variegated. Look at that. These are pretty. It's got the pink. And some bonsai. Oh, look at these guys. These are cute. So this is $25. I love the contrast of the purple and the green. And when you're standing underneath them, they really pop. Look at that. Here's the green variety, the variegated one. Some alocasia, lots of orchids. So not a whole lot of new stuff since I've been here. I mean, I'm not surprised. The season has, barely just started, so I would expect maybe by next week they should have some new stuff. And then, of course, their whole garden center outside, once it's up and running, they'll definitely have some gorgeous planters and outdoor stuff that everybody will be rushing out to grab for their patio season. So yeah, I'm just gonna go grab a coffee and then, I don't know, maybe find a place to hang out if it's not too crowded out. Okay. So just as I had predicted, the Starbucks was quite busy, so I was okay with coming home. I picked up a new hot drink called a ube coconut latte. I'm not sure what ube is. That's really good, actually. Oh, yummy, delicious. I usually grab a matcha latte, but I saw it on their menu and I thought, why not? But now I'm curious, what the heck is ube? Do you know what ube is? I definitely don't know what ube, pronounced ube, okay, is a vibrant purple yam native to the Philippines, prized for its sweet, mellow, and earthy vanilla nutty flavor. Definitely tastes vanilla nutty in this. It is a staple ingredient in Filipino cuisine, frequently used in desserts like ube halaya jam, cakes, and ice cream, traditionally boiled and mashed for desserts, including cakes, cookies, ice cream, donuts, beverages like lattes. Okay, so as I was saying, my Monstera is rotting away. So I've got to do I feel like I'm doing a surgery. Okay. And I'm nervous about putting it back into water, but I don't know what else to do. So I'm going to try perlite. Okay, so removing a leaf, which I'm sad to do, but I feel like it's necessary for this plant at this point. And I'm going to remove this one. We're going to leave that. And then I'm going to cut just below the node. I think is the best line of action. So I've chopped it. There's the node. So this needs to callus a little bit. So I'm going to let it sit over here. And I am wondering if this can be salvaged. I feel like I might be able to might still have something, you know? There was a node here. I don't know. Okay, let's just... This will callus, and I'll put that in, and then in a separate container, I'll try these guys. I mean, there's no harm in trying, right? And see if anything comes out of this. With those callus. Okay, so those will callus, I don't know, maybe an hour or so, I think should be sufficient. I'll get the perlite in here. I'll get that started. In the meantime, so I was gonna do, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a video on plant styling. Planning to get some household plants off my wish list for areas up on my main level. In displaying some of these plants around the house, I realize I don't have optimal lighting because I face northwest, the front of the house where these rooms are, and the back of the house is where I have the bedrooms. It faces the south. So I'm thinking lighting pendant and like a grow light of sorts. I'm not sure exactly which one yet, but I think it would look very nice in the corner. Especially over like, you know, Monstera leaves, kind of give it a nice ambient, cozy vibe, and still provide the lighting that we would want in the room, like mood lighting. I would really love a Dracaena. So I've been looking at Dracaena Morginiana. Is that the name? Future me will put one up for an example. I have been seeing them up on Pinterest, and I love the way they look. They just look leggy, which might be weird for some. I know it's not for everybody, but I love the way that it looks. If this, you know, it adds to a lot of architectural features in a house. And by no means do I have a modern looking house or even architecturally designed home, but I think it has this like minimalist look without looking so crowded and, you know, like you're just taking a plant and shoving it in a corner. So I really like that. But I have not seen the larger scale or the larger size that I would be looking for. So I think I'm going to have to just keep hunting around, maybe Marketplace, if somebody's getting rid of one. I'm sure I can find a used one, an older and more mature one. Would look really beautiful. Anthurium Delta Force. I've been wanting an Anthurium Delta Force for quite some time. I love the way they're shaped. They almost have this like frilly, it reminds me of lace. I know they're not lacy looking, but it has this look that I really love. KOS butterfly, so a king of spades X butterfly, which has same frilly type of, you know, they look like butterflies, and I think they're gorgeous, and I would absolutely love to have one of them. They're just very pricey. Anthurium effusilibum, is that how you say it? Effusilibum. Again, it's a shape thing. I love the way they're shaped. They remind me of balloons, like helium balloons as a kid. I don't know why they're not shaped like a balloon. I think it's just the way they kind of seem to float. That's what they remind me of. And there's something nostalgic about it, right? Like when you think of helium balloons, at least for me. And I love that. I think they're so much fun. I would love to have one of those. So I am on the lookout for one of those as well. Philodendron. I have Philodendron patricii. Long pendant looking, you know, leaves, which I absolutely drool over. I drool over especially anything dark velvety, pendant like, I really love. I also have Anthurium mudenum, or Queen of Hearts. Particularly, again, the shape. They're heart shaped. I know one is supposed to be a deeper red or a deeper burgundy color from the other, but they're similar. So either or for Mudenum or Queen of Hearts. I still really like a Burle Marx Flame, the Monstera Burle Marx Flame, of course. And I've seen them around quite a bit. They have come down in price on several websites. I want to wait until I can figure out what's happening with the Monsteras that I have. So I have the Thai Constellation and the Mint that's behind me that I acquired. So I think it would be a bit much to have a bunch of really large plants and then not know where to place them, because I don't have the largest of space for these kind of plants. So yeah, those are just some of the plants that I have an eye out for. I'm gonna go ahead and I think this is more than enough to put in here.